shifted into the sign of Scorpio, joining Mercury and Mars for what is going to be a very powerful Scorpio season 2023. And so stay tuned because in this video, I'm going to break down how to really tap and harness this energy in order to shift your life into the direction that you want it to go. And so stay tuned, okay? And so if you are new to me, to my channel, or to any of my content in social media land, my name is kkatrice. I am the Natal Chart Navigator, and I am an intuitive energy reader. And I do so by using natal charts, and I teach open-minded, ambitious women how to read and tap into the energies of their natal charts in order to for self-development and increase prosperity. Okay, and so it seems like it's been like so long because I had so much going on last week. A lot of transitions are happening for me, and so yeah, it seems like it's been a minute since I've been live, but I am back. And right at the beginning of Scorpio season. And then we're also having the Taurus lunar eclipse on the 28th, which is what, Saturday? What's today? Day 24? Yeah, the 28th is Saturday. So we're having the lunar eclipse on Saturday, and then we're having and now we're in Scorpio season. And so let's go ahead and jump into it because I don't want to drag it out long tonight. But now, if you have not gotten your free framework on your three-step framework, you want to click the link here. I'm going to put it on the screen here. Click that link so that you can go and get that. Okay. Let me see. Let me. Um, okay. So we'll let me see. It's not doing it right now. Okay, let's just go on because I don't want to hold up any time playing with this thing. Okay, so we're talking about Scorpio season. So the sun has now shifted into Scorpio. Okay, so this wherever the sun is at in your natal chart. Okay, it is the sun is the center of the solar system, right? And so the sun illuminates everything around it. And so um, wherever the sun shifts in your chart, that area of life is going to be illuminated for you for the 30 days, for the 30 days that the sun is in that particular energy. Okay. And so tonight we're talking about Scorpio, and the sun has now shifted into Scorpio as of yesterday. And so wherever you have Scorpio in your natal chart, is where you're going to have this illumination, okay, in your life, okay? So, prime example for me, Scorpio is my fourth house. Fourth house is the house of home and family. And so, for me, my home and my family, um, that's going to be illuminated for me within, the next 30 days. Now, we also have Mercury here in Scorpio, which is the planet of, um, it's our thoughts. Okay. Mercury is communication, it's our thoughts, it's the mind. And so, you have Mercury in Scorpio, and then you also have Mars, which has our drive, our action, our will, and so that is also in the sign of Scorpio. Okay. And so having all of this energy in the sign of Scorpio, this makes this a very powerful time for you to, if you are looking to manifest, if you're looking to make changes within your life, this energy is very powerful. Now you want to look and see where you have Scorpio in your chart. Okay. So if it's in your fourth house, there's going to be a lot in your first house, excuse me. There's going to be a lot of changes within yourself, okay? Because first house is the house of self, okay? So there's going to be you're going to be thinking about how you can change yourself, how you make yourself better. You're going to not only thinking about it, but actually taking the steps, making the actions to make those changes. Because the sun is illuminating everything that the changes that needs to be made is being illuminated by the sun being here. Okay. And so let's really get into Scorpio energy just a little bit, okay? So you understand why this energy, why this time is so powerful, okay? So Scorpio is ruled by the traditional ruler of Scorpio is Mars, okay, and the modern ruler is Pluto, okay, and so you have Mars, which is our action, our drive, our will, and then you have Pluto, which is our inner strength, and also it represents it has a real magnetizing. It's like a very magnetizing, very polarizing type of energy. Okay. And so Scorpio energy is an energy that is very driven. But it's not driven in the outwardly sense as say Mars does. Mars is more like quick and fast. But when it's in the sign of Scorpio, it's quick, but it's not like a fast energy. It's a little more calculating, and it takes its time and it scopes out the scene to see the best way, the best angle to come at a situation. Okay. Then you have Pluto and Mars ruling the sign of Scorpio. So it makes it a very magnetizing energy, okay? So why is this important? Well, during this time frame, because this is such a very magnetizing energy, things are going to be attracted to you a whole lot faster. Okay. And so I've seen on social media, especially a lot of the channels, because here on YouTube. So a lot of the channels that talk about manifestation, um, they really talk about how this time frame is a very magnetizing time that we're in. Like things are happening very quickly. And they're telling you, oh, to mind your thoughts, watch your thoughts, right? Well, they're not explaining why, which if they're, some may not know. But the reason why this is such a very magnetizing time frame is because of all of the planetary movement in the sign of Scorpio. Okay. Now we also have Mercury, no, not Mercury, Saturn, which is in Pisces, which is a sister energy to Scorpio. They're both of the water element. And then you have Pluto, which is the ruler of Scorpio in Capricorn. Both of those planets are retrograde, but they're getting ready to station direct. Okay. And so they're going to be moving in a direct motion during the sign, during while the sun is in Scorpio. So with all of this direct energy, it's very strong, polarizing, magnetizing energy. That is what makes this time frame so these next 30 days, okay, the next 30 days are going to be very, very key for getting what it is that you want, for setting the tone, for starting to pull in all of the work that you've been doing all year. Now, this energy is the energy where you'll start to receive that because things are just coming really, really super fast. So you really got to watch your words, okay? You really got to watch your words, okay? Now, the signs that are going to be affected the most, okay, are going to be those who have sun, moon, or rising in the sign of Scorpio. Also, those who have, if you have your Mercury in Scorpio, if you have your Mars in Scorpio, um, this is going to be a really good time you're going to be affected more heavily by this energy than others, but everybody will be affected by this energy, especially the area of life where you have Scorpio in your natal chart. Okay. Now, if you have any planets in the house where Scorpio resides, those planets will be activated. Okay. And so they're going to also add into this energy. Okay. So how do you capitalize on this? Okay. How do you capitalize on this energy? Okay. So um one thing is when whatever okay, it's easier for me to explain it using my life and my chart so you can kind of see it. So it makes more sense than me trying to do it like all abstract and shit. Okay, so like I said, in my chart, okay, fourth house, which is house of home, family, your ancestors, your roots. It's also real estate. Okay, it's I'm not. It's the home you come from. Okay, which is like and then your ancestors, and then also the home that you create. Okay, so um, for me, having Mars and Mercury and the Sun in my fourth house. And then I also have natal planets. I have Jupiter natally in my fourth house. Okay. And Jupiter is expansion and growth, and it's the great benefic. Okay. But it can also bring excess as well. Um, but having all of that energy within, I have a lot of transition. I'm moving from where I live currently to a new state, and so having to transition all of that. And so my focus for the next 4 weeks, while the sun and all of them are in Scorpio, is the transition from moving from one state to another and getting everything, um, you know, in order. And everything has just been flowing so easily for that transition. It's been flowing really easily, and things have just been lining up really like in place. This season is also it's kind of like a coma. It's kind of like a new door opening, and the Taurus full moon is like the closing of a door. Okay, if you if I don't know if you I don't know if I might have talked about it. It's been about a year ago when we had the full moon eclipse, because this is an eclipse that we're having on Thursday, and on Saturday. I'm sorry, I'm gonna do a video tomorrow. I'm gonna be talking about the Taurus full moon eclipse that's coming up on the 28th, because this is like a culmination. This is a closing of the events that have been happening within the Scorpio Taurus axis since when the nodes moved into Scorpio, okay, into this axis in what 2022 last year, okay. So this year the nodes have shifted, and so we just had into Aries and Libra, and so we just had the solar eclipse in the sign of Libra, okay, and now we're having the lunar eclipse. This is the last eclipse within this Taurus Scorpio axis. Now, this axis is the security axis. Okay. Emotional security is Scorpio, and the physical 3D security, material security is Taurus, right? And so, if there's been any instability within your material world, okay, this Taurus lunar eclipse is going to close the door on that, okay? Um, because this is a full moon. Full moons are a time of releasing, closing of doors. Now, last year when we had the Scorpio lunar eclipse, um, you know, that was a closing of the door. There had been any emotional instability in your life, that was the closing of the door with that eclipse last year. Okay. And so now we are moving forward. Um, and our security has been, if you have been having or were having financial insecurities, this is closing that. This is closing that door to that chapter. That's over, and now ease, abundance, and flow. The energies are energies of ease, abundance, and flow that's flowing in now. Okay. And so, what you want to do to tap into these energies, okay, because this is really important. This is powerful energy, and it's really going to help you to set the tone for whatever it is that you're wanting to manifest, that you're wanting to see within your life. Okay. So, one thing that you want to do, okay, and get some paper down. You can write this down. You want to write down, um, what do you want? Okay, what is it that you want in your life? And I want you to look at it from the standpoint of where do you have where do you have Taurus and Scorpio in your chart? Okay, that what area, what houses? Okay, so if you have it on the second and the eighth house, you're gonna, you're going to be looking at it from that standpoint. Second house is personal finance, and eighth house is other people's money, okay, debts, trauma, all of that. Um, if it is the first house and the seventh house, first house is the house of self, seventh house is the house of your relationships, like your serious relationships, so marriage partnerships, business partnerships, okay. If you have it on the third and the ninth house, that's a communication axis. Third house is house of communication, and third house is communication. It is short distance travel, siblings, your neighborhood, and then ninth house is foreign travel, higher education, your beliefs, religion. If it's tenth house, fourth house. 10th house is the house of your career, your legacy, your public persona. Fourth house, house of home, family, legacy. I mean, home, family, ancestors. Okay. And then fifth house, 11th house. Fifth house is your creativity, your joy, children. Um, 11th house is your friends, your networking, hopes and dreams, wishes. And then 12th house, sixth house. Sixth house is house of health, house of your pets, it's health pets. And then 12th house is the hidden house. It is the subconscious. Uh, it's the subconscious. It's like hidden places, hidden things. It's the him is a very spiritual house. The him. Okay. And so wherever you have Taurus and Scorpio, okay, that axis, I want you to get some paper, get a journal, whatever you want to do, and write down, okay, what is it that you want to bring into your life? What is it that you want to draw into you, okay? And you're going to tap into that Scorpio energy to bring it within, bring it in, okay? And so if you say it's your second house and you want more money and you're looking at your finances and you want to draw into you more money, okay? You're going to write that down, right? Write down what you want, okay? And then what do you want to release, right? Because say you there may have been some instability within your eighth house, because that's if you're looking at second house, then eighth house is where Taurus is for you. Maybe there's been some instability, and so what can you do within, if you're married, say you're married, there's instability within, say, your partnership, right? When it comes to your material. And so you want to bring in more money. And so what is it that you need to release in that eighth house? Okay. And then write down what you're releasing and then what you want to see, okay, to replace what you released, right? Write that down, okay? And once you write that down, okay, then I want you to imagine it done. Write it down, and then imagine it done. Okay. Imagine that it's done, that it's yours, and that you and then move on, right? Um, that's one thing. Okay. Also, focus on how you can um take a look at what thoughts, because Mercury is also in Scorpio. And so take a look at your thoughts. What thoughts are you having when it comes to your abundance, right? Because Scorpio energy is, because it's so magnetizing, um, it can draw things into it quick, and it's very intuitive, and it feels really deeply. It goes deep. And so when Mercury is in Scorpio, it has us thinking deeply, it has us thinking more, it has us like really, really going in and asking probing questions to really get down to the bottom of whatever it is that we're focused on. And so use that time to go use that in this energy to go deep. If you are having any, if there's any blockages or anything that you feel like you're just not getting, I want you to use this Mercury energy to go deep and to really see, okay, why am I not getting this? What's keeping me from getting this? Because it'll show itself to you. What's keeping me from getting this? And then once you find that, just do the opposite. Just do the opposite. Okay, so if you're telling yourself that, so for example, if you're telling yourself that you'll never be able to um, make a lot of money, or whatever, right? And then you figure that out, and stop telling yourself that. Just do the opposite and tell yourself that you will, right? And I know these tips seem like really, really silly, but like it's the silly stuff that really gets results, and that's what I found. Okay. I found in my years of working on me and personal development and evolving, that it's the stuff that looks silly, that seems silly. Those are the things that really get you the biggest results. Um, and so embrace the silly. Embrace the silly. Okay. Um, and so those are just two tips. Now, with Mars being in Scorpio, um, use this to take action, right? Take, do the probing questions, right? Ask questions or whatever, go deep. And then from that, go take action, right? You got to take action. So all of these energies that are here, you want to tap into all of them, okay? Use them while they're here. Mars will be in Scorpio until the 24th of, um, I think, November. I want to say 24th of November. Mercury will be here until I think the 8th, and then the Sun is the 24th of November. Okay, so I think the Sun and Mars are like leaving at the same time. And I think Mercury moves on around the 8th or so to Sagittarius. Okay. Which that's gonna be a pretty fun transit. Okay, so that is just an overview of the sun in Scorpio. This is a really powerful time. And so you definitely want to take advantage of the energies that we are in. Okay, it's harvest season. Like, it is Scorpio season. This is harvest season, and if you really tap into this energy, seriously tap into this energy, um, you can see so many gains and changes, within your life. Okay. Now, if you, like I said earlier, if you haven't gotten your copy of my 3-step framework for reading your natal chart, you definitely want to go and get that. Let me see here. It is Linktree. Um, Okay, so it's streaming.